Once dragons and men coexisted, they shared a peace forged in wisdom, a peace that lasted many generations. All that was lost when mankind disrupted this balance with sudden onslaught. A man fought a dragon in a savage war that shook the foundations of their world. This war is called the Scout, defeated and humbled. Dragons vanish from the realm. In time, man rebuilt and spread this domination across the land, onto the islands above. A millennium has passed since those dark days ended. Hey yo everyone, it's Shadow Joker, and welcome to my Let's Play of Fire Emblem. Believe it or not, one of the weirdest things regarding this series was what I was going to call it. Because the game itself just calls it Fire Emblem. Some people call it Fire Emblem 7 since it's the 7th game in the Fire Emblem franchise, which kind of a bland name, but I understand why some people call it that. Some people call it Fire Emblem the Blazing Blade, some call it Blazing Sword, but I'm just gonna go with what the game itself calls itself, Fire Emblem. And as in my hint that I gave out in the last video, was that it's one of my favorite games of all time. And, well, it is. This is the first Fire Emblem game I played, and still my favorite. Now, if you guys are curious at how much that actually holds up, I may have only played 3 Fire Emblem games. Currently, I'm playing through Sacred Stones as I'm doing the series, because honestly, why not? And it's, well, I just really like this game. It's got a fantastic story. I love the characters, which I'll go more in depth about, obviously, once we get more into the game. And I honestly think this is a great first title for anyone wanting to give this series a shot. So, together we ride into Fire Emblem. Now you guys may say, you see here, there is a mode selection screen that we are on. You wouldn't get this choice, this is your first time playing the game, but as this Let's Play is aimed to imitate someone playing through the game for the first time, I'm going to go with Lyn, which is basically the tutorial mode, on normal mode. Because that's the only mode I played on. Maybe if I played on hard mode, I may pick it for this I may have picked it for this Let's Play, but without further ado, let's hop in. And here we have the tactician data. This is sort of like Robin, the avatar character, though not to the same extent. You will not find battles, however. This character's default name is Mark. I could change it, but as this is a partially story-based experience, I'd rather not change it, and you guys already know my thing about official names. I don't like changing them for Let's Plays. However, I am going to change it to my own birth month, which is August. I am a man, so these are the sayings I want to use. Prologue, a girl from the plains. Are you awake? I found unconscious the plains. I am Lyn of the Lorca Tribe. You're safe now. Who are you? Can you remember your name? Your name is Mark. What an odd sounding name. But pay me no mind. It is a good name. I see by your attire that you are a traveler. What brings you to the Gay Plains? Would you share your story with me? What was that noise? I'll go see what's happening. Mark, wait here for me. Oh no, bandits! They must have come down from the burned mountains. They must be planning on raiding the local villages. I have to stop them. That's all of them. I think I can handle them on my own. You'll be safe in here, Mark. What? You want to help? Well, can you use a weapon? Ah, I see. So you're a strategist by trade. Not a profession, but... Very well. We'll go together. Over here. You want to help, Mark? I could use your advice. I'll protect you, so stay close to me. Unit information. Lyn is the blue unit. The enemy units are red. Mark, you are green. Essentially, battle consists of blue, allied units, and red, enemy units, taking turns moving on the field. You're only here as a strategist, Mark. You will only appear during special events. Your job as strategist is to place the cursor on blue units to issue their orders. First, select the unit. Place the cursor on Lyn and press the A button. While I could do that, there's one thing I have to fix real quick, and that's by going to options. I personally like having the animation on too, because I like there to be more of a background. The unit movement speed is fine as it is, but we need fast text speed. And if you guys are playing along with this Let's Play, well, you can change your window color. There's blue, orange. I'm honestly not sure what color that is. And green. I'm personally going to keep the default since it's already my favorite color. And as just like my last Let's Play, we have to go over the units you can get. So the very first one you can obtain is Lyn. Going over Lyn's bases, she has 4 strength. Well, before I go over Lyn as a unit, I should go over what the stats mean. Strength. That is how much damage you do in battle. Skill. The game only tells you that increases hit percentage, but that's not entirely true, as it can also raise critical hit chance. Speed, this affects evasion and attacks, meaning if you have higher speed, you effectively have a higher avoidability, as well as the ability to attack twice during your turn. No, luck. It just says this affects many different things. It's really just you have a slight higher chance to avoid attacks, get crits, and avoid attacks, yeah. Then defense. This is how much damage you can take from physical weapons. And resistance. This is damage from magical weapons. This we will not be seeing for a while, but you should definitely note it. And movement and constitution, most of the time don't play that big of a role, but movement is how far you can move, and constitution affects whether how light weapons, if they'll weigh you down or not. And the affinity, that also doesn't mean too much in the grand scheme of things. But let's go over Lyn as a unit. Instead of reading over the tutorial stuff so I can actually bio her in the prologue, I'd rather just bio her while you see the stuff happening. So, Lyn specializes more so in luck, speed, and skill, meaning her whole thing is dodging attacks, attacking more than once, and getting critical hits. Lyn is probably one of the more reliable units in the game from my experience. I've heard some Fire Emblem fans claim that Lyn objectively is a bad unit, but I don't agree. I've never really had that much trouble with her. Sure, she's a little frail for my liking, but she's perfectly serviceable as a unit. And I know this is spoiling stuff about the game, but despite Lyn being the main lord, at least looking at what it looks like that she is, you have a choice whether you want to use her on your final team or not. Though I personally recommend you use her no matter what your stance is on her character or how she plays as a unit, due to reasons you will see later in the Let's Play. And since that's all I wanted to say about Lyn, here I get to explain our item, Bornaries. These will heal your unit by, I believe, roughly 10 HP, maybe a little more. Thank you, Mark. Now let's go get that brigand over by the Gur. And one thing I could not go over is, whenever we see an enemy unit, I will also go how it plays. Over how it plays. Fortunately, this seems kinda pointless, since there is no obtainable brigand in the whole game, unless you use some glitches, which I'm not, as I try to play these games as legitimately as possible. Brigands typically have a lot of strength, but not too much skill, speed, or defense. Well, actually, I think they have good defense, never mind. Anyway, we're fighting Bada the Beast. Who do you think you are? You think you can stand up to Bada the Beast? Oh no, hits me. I is the scared. Phew, he's tough. Now comes down to this next blow. Mark, if I fall, I want you to flee. You must escape. And one thing about these fortress type places is that they can heal you, but we'll go over terrain as a whole later. And Lyn just gets a critical hit, and one thing I love about this game is the critical hit animations are so over the top. What? How? How did you? Wow, a great way to ruin it. Whatever. Okay, that was a good level up. So, how level ups work in Fire Emblem? They can be completely random. That's why stat growths are a thing. They dictate the percentage that your unit will gain those stats. Higher growth rates means you're more likely to get those stats, and lower growth rates means you're less likely to get those stats. For example, Lyn has high skill, speed, and luck growth rate, so she is more likely to gain skill, speed, and luck in her level ups, but nothing is what am I trying to say? Yeah, nothing is determined. You can either get something shitty, like just one stat up, or I've heard in some cases, but I've never seen this myself, that when you level up, there's a potential for you to not gain any stats whatsoever. I think that's more likely if you have really low growth rates, but as I like to use units that are at least decent most of the time, I tend to not use units that have very low growth rates. Anyway, let's seize the throne. Good work, Mark. Let's go home. Good morning, Mark. Are you awake yet? That fight yesterday must have taken a lot out of you. Say, Mark, I want to talk to you about something. I have some experience in the ways of war, I can see. Would you allow me to travel with you? What? You want me to get permission from my parents? My mother and my father died 6 months ago. My people, the Lorca Tribe, they don't... I'm the last of my tribe. Bandits attacked and they killed so many people. The tribe was scattered. My father was our chieftain and I wanted to protect our people. I am so young. Our people were old-fashioned. They wouldn't follow a woman. No one would follow me. I'm sorry. I've been alone for so long. No. No more. I will shed no more tears. Thank you. I'm better now. Mark, I must become stronger so that I may avenge my father's death. Yesterday's battle taught me something. I won't become stronger by sitting here alone. Mark, tell me, you'll train me, that you'll let me travel with you. You will? That's wonderful. Thank you, oh thank you. We'll be better off working together, I know it. You'll be my master strategist, and I'll be your peerless warrior. You can do it, right? Travel with Lynn, Mark. Give her your aid, and master the art of combat. Complete the tasks set out in each chapter, help Lynn in her quest. Turn the instruction window on or off by pressing select. Even though this part is decently long, and I want to aim for 1 chapter per episode, honestly, for the first episode at least, I don't see a problem with covering the chapter 1 as well. The apprentice tactician Mark and the young sword fighter. A strange pair on an even stranger journey. To prepare for the long road ahead, they go to Bulgar, the commercial center of Sakai. Unbeknownst to Lynn, she will discover something that will alter her life forever. Chapter 1, Footsteps of Fate. Mark, over here. This is Bulgar, the biggest city in all of Sakai. You should purchase supplies for our journey. Oh my heart, what a dazzling vision of loveliness! Wait, oh beauteous one! Would you not favor me with your name, or better yet, your company? Where are you from, Sir Knight, that you speak so freely to a stranger? Ha! I thought you'd never ask. I am from Lycia. I hail from Caelin Canton, home to men of passion and fire. Shouldn't that be home to Kalos with loose tongues? Oh, you're even lovely when you're cruel. Let's go, Mark. I have nothing more to say. Wait, please! Sane, hold your tongue. Ah, Kent, my boon companion! Why so severe in expression? If your manner were serious, I wouldn't have to be so severe. You still have a mission to complete, Sane. I know that, but how could I remain silent in the presence of such beauty? It would have been discourteous. What do you know of courtesy? Excuse me, you're blocking the road. You would be so kind as to move your horses. Of course, my apologies. Thank you. You at least seem honorable enough. Pardon me, but I feel we've met before. I beg your pardon? Hey, no fair, Kent. I saw her first. It seems there are no decent men among Lucia's knights. Let's go, Mark. I've run out of patience. Wait, please, it's not like that. Saying you lout! Huh? Not like that. I thought you were. I am not you! Come, we must follow her. I suspect she might be. Me what? She's our mission? You're joking. Wait! Run, we're being pursued. Could it be those knights from town? No, it's not them. These men are out for blood. Aren't you the pretty one? Your name is Lindis, is it not? Did you call me? Who are you? Such a waste. An absolute waste. The things will do for gold. Ah well, time to die, darling. Come on out, boys. Oh no, there are more than I can handle. But I'll not give up. Hey, there she is! Huh? What? Phew! Finally caught up. Hold, you there. What is your business? Sick members against the girl. Cowards, every one of you. You're from... We can discuss that later. It appears these ruffians want to do you harm. It's a fight they want. Let them look at me. Stand back, I'll take care of this. No, this is my fight. Stay out of my way. Oh, I can't just stand here and do nothing. I have a solution. You that, command us. I am Kent, a knight of Lycia. My companion is Sane. You will follow your orders in this battle. Is this acceptable, milady? Yes, it is. Mark and I will lead. Let's go. You are called Mark. I want to impress my beauteous one. Let me attack first. Alright, blue units are allies. Direct them on the field as you did with Lynn before. Be warned, if Lynn is defeated, your journey is over, as is your game. Other blue units are being, the game will continue. While fallen companions will be unable to return to battle for the rest of the tutorial. Use caution and good judgment. After all blue units have been moved, automatically becomes the enemy's turn. Begin with select Sane. Place the cursor on Sane and press the A button. So yeah, what that is talking about is an element of Fire Emblem games, which is unlike Pokemon, since that was the game I was last playing before this, and is an RPG. When your Pokemon die, you can simply go to the Pokemon Center or use a revive, and they're back. When a Fire Emblem unit dies, however, they are gone for the rest of the game. Or in the case of a Lord, they are gone. Well, you just got a game over. As for how I will be covering this, I will be going for a no-death run of this game. It's the closest way I can 100% it that I physically have, with getting every unit I possibly can, and not losing a single one of them. Which means I've never gone through a playthrough of a Fire Emblem game so far, which I haven't had to reset, that wasn't on casual mode. So, yeah, means I'm gonna reset quite a bit. But I've gotten better at this game through practice, so hopefully there won't be too many resets. But let's go and fight this brigand. And Sane missed, with a 67% chance. Whoa, I missed? Sane, why aren't you using your sword? The lance is more heroic. A knight should look heroic, don't you think? You're helpless. you don't take fighting more seriously, you're going to yourself on the end of a blade. Truth be told, I forgot to buy a sword. Forgot? Or were you simply too busy dallying with the ladies? Don't be so mad, I'll be fine with a lance. I'm that good! I'd prefer you to rely on your skill, not your empty bragging. Take my spare blade and use it to attack next time. Are you sure? My thanks, Kent. You're almost more trouble than you're worth. Almost. So yeah, if you can't tell, I really like Zane's and Kent's dynamic. Mark. Allow me to make up for my companion's blunder. I am at your command. Weapons possess a unique hierarchy. Swords best axes, axes best lances, and lances best swords. This is called the weapon triangle. Remember this? Remembering this is of the utmost importance. First, let's illustrate that swords are strong against lances. Elect Kent. So this is the weapon triangle, which has been in almost every Fire Emblem game to my knowledge. The ones that from the research I've done other Fire Emblem games, from guests being interested in playing them, I know the one game I know that it's not in for sure. Well, technically two is Gaiden slash Echoes. It may not be in Genealogy of the Holy War, or I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I don't care. Garcia 7666. But I don't know too much about those games, so there's that. And Link gets to cut that brigand. And I'll see enemy phase, they're coming. If you're wondering about Saint and Kent, since we actually do get a decent amount of time to play this chapter when it's not giving us a tutorial, I'll go over them then. So yeah, this is more so just going in depth. Hey, most of the time you can use your swords against axes, since the chapter is only axe wielders, except for your units. Gah! Sane, are you alright? Yes, I am. I was able to dodge in time. Can't believe you evaded my sword stroke so easily. This is no jest. Look closely. The enemy is hidden in the woods. The branches make it difficult to attack, don't they? You're right. I was so focused on attacking I didn't see. Your lack of attention may someday cost you your life. Fine, I understand. Alright, let go, Kent. Truly understand, then act like it. Kent worries me too much. He's going to grow old before his time. So yeah, this is explaining terrain. I'd rather just explain it for myself. So how terrain works is, for example, these forests give you more evasion and more defense, meaning you have slightly higher defense and you're more likely to avoid attacks in forests. There are types of terrains which have unique effects, which I will go over when the time comes. But right now, forest is the only type of unique terrain we have. And normally Kent would do 9 damage, but now he does 8 because of the forest. It seems like a wise decision to leave that bandit to the knights. So, even though this isn't really teaching us anything in specific right here, this is more so just a tip, like, hey, don't focus all your units around one unit. Because some of the maps later on can get pretty big and have a lot of enemies. Like you just focus on one enemy unit, they will end up surrounding you. And you don't want that to happen. If you insist, why have you not healed yourself? Huh? Hey, I've been injured. What a cat I am. So wrinkle that perfect brow of yours with worry for me. I was thinking of giving you a 4 but... Well, it's like you're fine, so never you mind. No, wait, I'll take it, please, I'll take it! So yeah, this is teaching us about the trade command. So we want to go over with Sane, go to Lynn, and now you see the trade command. How the trade command works is you can have 2 units trade items. For the purposes of this tutorial, I have to have Sane take one of Lynn's Bulrinies. So I'm going to do that. And, well, use it. Even though that's normally not around the HP that I would personally heal, I have to for a tutorial, so... Yeah, now I'll just have same weight, but that's also an introduction to another mechanic, as mounted units can move after doing something else. And now, here we are to the main gameplay point of this chapter. So now let me go over Sane and Kent. Sane and Kent are part of the most popular, in my opinion, Fire Emblem archetype. They are of the Cain and Abel archetype, where it's typically 2 cavaliers, however, with some exceptions. For example, before there have been cases of 2 soldiers, 2 ninjas, 2 mages, so on and so forth. Where one is more offensive based and yes, really fast, but the other is typically not so fast and has a slight more focus on defense. As for which of these I will use, because they're both really good units, and one thing I should say about the roster, there are going to be very few times where I outright don't recommend a unit, because I think this is probably the most balanced roster of all of Fire Emblem from the amounts of research that I've done for this series. And honestly, even though I have most of my team planned out, I haven't decided where I want to use Sane or Kent. What I typically do with Cain and Abel's is when I use them, in the very few cases where one of my cavaliers that I get before I just use one of them ends up outshining one of them, I typically just use whoever got the higher stat growths, or whoever is higher level, depending on, for example, I could potentially get RNG screwed with either Sane or Kent. And one thing about bosses, they typically don't move, so you can just do that. Accursed knights, always tampering in others' affairs. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So yeah, I do plan to use one of the Christmas Cavaliers, as I see some people call them, but I'm not sure which. We'll see which one ends up using by the end of the playthrough, obviously, but for now, I'm not sure. Last, there was only supposed to be a lone girl. And Zugu goes down. Yeah, one thing about this game is that some of the one-off bosses have really weird names. And that's another damn good level up from Lynn. That's the last of them. Fantastic work, Mark. And now for these Knights of Lycia. You are going to share your story with me. Yes, we have ventured from Caelin and Lycia in search of someone. Lycia, that's the country beyond the mountains in the southwest, isn't it? Correct. We've come as messengers to the Lady Madeline, who eloped with a nomad some 19 years ago. Madeline? Alor, the Marquess of Caelin, his only daughter. He was heartbroken. His own daughter would abandon him so. Eventually, the Marquess simply declared that he had no daughter. Then this year we received a letter from Lady Madeline, said that she, her husband, and their daughter were living happily on the Sakay Plains. Marquess was ecstatic to learn that he had a granddaughter of 18 years. I remember the smile on his face when he announced that he'd suddenly become a grandfather. The granddaughter's name is Lindis. This was also the name of the Marquess's wife, who passed away at an early age. Lindis. That she should bear this name swelled the Marquess's heart. Now his only wish is to meet his daughter's family at once. This is why we're here. He didn't know that Lady Madeline died a few days after sending her letter. We only learned that shortly after we arrived in Bulgar. But we also learned that all was not lost. Her daughter yet lives. We heard that she was living alone on the plains. I knew it immediately. You are Lady Lynx. I would think that your resemblance to your departed mother is remarkable. What? Did you know my mother? Sorry to say I never met her directly, but I saw her portraits in Castle Caelin. The rest of my tribe I was always Lynn. When I was with my parents, and it was just the three of us, I was Lindis. All so strange. I was all alone in the world, and now I have a grandfather. Lindis. I never thought I would hear that name again. Wait. That bandit, he called me Lindis too. What? How could he have? It was a henchman of Lord Lundgren, wasn't he? Lord Lundgren? Who's that? It's the Marquess's younger brother. Everyone assumed that Lady Madeline was gone forever. This made Lord Lundgren the heir to the Marquess's title. To be blunt, my lady, your existence is an obstacle to your granduncle's ambitions. I have no interest in inheriting any title. Fortunately, your granduncle is not the sort of man to believe that. I believe the attempts on your life will persist. What should I do? Accompany us to Caelin. Continuing on this way is dangerous. I don't know why I keep changing Kent's accent to Australian. I feel I have little choice. I will go with you. Mark, I'm sorry, this changes everything. What will you do, Mark? Do you want me to decide? Of course, your companionship would do much to ease my journey, but it's going to be so dangerous. You'll come? Are you sure? Thank you! Let me ask once again for your friendship and your aid. And thus, we'll end the first episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem. Next time on Let's Play Fire Emblem, we will be truly beginning our journey to Caelin. See you guys then.